welcome to the cottage. I am Babs with Cottage Rogue. This is my 48th Flosstube, and oh my gosh, it has been a crazy, not quite couple of weeks here, and I can't wait to go over everything with you. So everyone sit back, relax, grab a project. I also wanted to give you a huge shout out and thank you to our returning and new subscribers. We did get a few new subscribers after our Midsummer Stitch weekend last weekend, which was fantastic. So thank you so much for choosing to follow me, and I hope you enjoy what you see. Midsummer Stitch was amazing. I had so much fun. I was a little bit more outgoing this time, so that certainly helped. And plus, I met up with all of the Bad Stitch individuals, and let's just say both Saturday and Sunday were utterly packed with Flosstubers that were given special Q&A sessions, as well as the designers. So there are interviews all around, and I actually, you're not gonna believe this, I had a finish. I had a finish, and I have it right here. It's not framed yet, but this is Neon Cicada by Bad Stitch. Oh my gosh, the colors really pop. So will I get this framed? Yes, I will make that a priority as well. I love this. This is on 32 count Lugana Monster by from Bestitch Me, Dye by Bestitch Me. And I'm using the Cosmo Color Floss conversion. So if y'all are doing the Neon Cicada and you would like that conversion, just go ahead and shoot me an email. Deets are on the channel, and or message, and or find me in Discord. But oh my gosh, look at this. I love it. It is so beautiful. I didn't even plan to stitch this during Midsummer Stitch at all. And it was one of those where, I'd stitch a couple other things and I'm like, I wonder, should I work on the cicada? And of course, Amanda, who is Bad Stitch, said, yes, work on it. So I did. And then I kept going and going and going. Before this, I basically had this middle part minus the eyes and then the outline of the wings. So that was really convenient because then all the segments were ready to be filled in. And then I just had to do the candy pop. And I was really doing well at keeping the back super clean. And then I did the candy pop and I'm like, nope, I'm trailing the flosses. So that's what it looks like. And it still kind of looks pretty in its own right. But we're going to focus on this side because it looks beautiful. I love this. I think it is super cute, and I can't wait to do more insects. I actually do have more of this fabric, and I know Bad Stitch has recently put out a Zine filled with, I think 7 or 8, I think 7 insect patterns that are a little bit smaller than this. So I can't wait to make those, and I think I have enough fabric to put them all on. So we'll see. I am very excited. But Midsummer Stitch was absolutely amazing. I will be bringing it up periodically, and then, based on what I'm talking about at the time. So expect to hear that again. I also had a bunch of other things going on here in July because I have Christmas in July. It was actually Stitch Asia, which I forgot to talk about during my last Flosstube. So I'll talk about that as well. But yeah, let's talk about Christmas in July. Come on. We will do that. So Christmas in July was 12 days. I believe I started it was 12 days ago. It is the 25th today. So today was the 12th day, and I actually have it written down because I wrote it in my planner, which is amazing. So it was the 14th. Yeah, I don't do math on camera. It just never works out for me because I'm always wrong. So the 14th, and my goal for Christmas in July was to do 200 stitches a day for 12 days on this stack of critters stocking. This is a Dimensions kit. It was designed by Makiko. So inadvertently, this is also a hashtag Stitch Asia project. And I should explain what that is, actually. So Stitch Asia is an event that Bad Stitch was doing in our Discord server where we focus on Asian designers. And so I inadvertently had been stitching on one this whole time because I didn't realize it until I looked up the name. So yeah, Stack of Critters by Makiko. And I've been working on this. So as soon as I get finished with this, then I will be sending it off to my sister-in-law. She will fully finish it. And then it'll go down to her mother for their Christmas celebrations and to put up on their chimney. So, and then I'll be doing the next one that I have, because I have this one and then 3 additional ones I'm working on. But this is what it's supposed to look like. And I have focused on these 2 polar bears. And you notice there's a lot of white, right? So much white color. So I'll go ahead and put up a picture of where I was when I started. And I do have to say, I did stitch at least 200 stitches a day. Some a little bit more, but I never quite got to 250 a day, which is fine. And that was good for me. But the total number of stitches that I did was 2,645. My goal was to hit at least 2,000, and I got 2,600, which is great. So this is where I am now. There's actually none up here. I just had to move the Q snap. I had to move the Q snap so I could focus on this, but oh my gosh. All right, let me just focus in. So the most recent addition are the yellow feet. I don't know. They don't look like fins, but the yellow feet. And I managed to get all the white in here. The gray as well is all new. And then this whole thing, other than like a very faint light gray outline on most of it, that is all, like all of this basically is new. I have filled in this face. Now this guy's face right here, I call him Papa and Baby. And there's probably 1,000 stitches in the face alone. Like just estimating, I counted up all of these squares. Oh, and this is on 14 count gridded white Ada. That's what it was like when I obtained it. And then this square right here, this little bit is my sister-in-law's mom's. That's what she did. So I wanted to make sure to preserve that. So I continued stitching on this as well. And, but yeah, this guy's Papa's face is filled in. Baby's face is filled in. We have part of the hat, which is the white part. I really ate my vegetables with this. I'm like, I'm going to do as much white and gray as possible. And the only color I did on this was the pink in the cheeks and the yellow in the feet, which I did the yellow in the feet today. It's like a reward for myself. But it's coming along. It's doing really well. I also have a short for every single day for these 12 days of Christmas in July. So feel free to go ahead and check those out. You'll be able to see the process every single day. And I had fun picking out the music. There's some, Christmas in July music. Most of it isn't. But yeah, that was really fun. And then over here, this is where the present is going to be. Right here. There's one there. And then there'll be one over here. The only white that I have left to do is this foot. There's a little poofy ball here at the end of this guy's scarf, because all this is scarf. It's a red scarf that comes down here. Then there's a puff ball right here in the belly part of Papa. I think this arm right here is actually going to be a light gray, like this little arm back here. And then there's snow. Just there's snow down here, and a lot of it is white, but it's only a half stitch, which is fantastic because those are a lot quicker. And then once I get all of this stuff down here done, I'm going to move the Q snap, and all I will have left to do will be, there's a sparrow on top and the name, which is going to be utterly fantastic. So I wanted to make sure to get a lot done on this, because again, like I said, I was eating my vegetables. They're good, they're healthy, and, sometimes you just got to stitch white on white and it's fine. And it's really cool here because this is gridded. You can't see the grid anymore. So that's the kind of progress that you see, and you can here, but not here. And then what I like here is that there's this scarf. Like you can see, if I angle this right, you can kind of see where the scarf is going to go around here. It's more visible in person. I don't know if there's like an angle that works. Anyways, I'm going on and on about it, but I am super proud about this. I have stitched over, let's see, it was what, 2,600 I did. So I've stitched I think about 3,800 stitches on this. I didn't do the math. That's my rough math. Because I had about 1,600 before approximately, and I have 2,600. Okay, that's whatever, 4,000 stitches. We'll just say that. I will do the math later. But I'm really happy about it. And, you know, the stocking will start taking shape when I get the presents in and the snow. And I think it'll be really, really, really good. So I'm very pleased with it for sure. I'm going to put this down because we need to move on to something else, because I did stitch a whole bunch of other things before Christmas in July, and also today, because today I went to the Eastern Iowa Cross Stitcher event, which is only once a month. So let's actually do our winter bonfire night. So the last time you saw this, I was working on the smoke, and there was still a bunch of fill-in to do on the smoke. So I'll go ahead and put up my picture of where I was last time. Here's where I am now. So this is actually all filled in at the moment. It's not perfect, but you know, I like it. And in the grand scheme of things, people are going to be looking at it right here. And it looks like smoke. And also the chimney. Look at the chimney right here. It's really starting to come together. So I'm really thrilled and really super excited about this. It's going to be so good. So now I want to work on, well, I would like to get this filled in, because this is the smoke, and then back here is more of like the dark and maybe some of the colors. So I want to get like this stuff and kind of around here filled in. I definitely want to get the chimney and just start filling in some of the dots here. So that's what I will work to do for now. I do really want to start coming down here into the roof though. This is going to be amazing. Winter Bonfire Night, by the way. This is on 25 count gridded Lugana. Excuse me. 25 count gridded Lugana. And it is designed by, artwork is by Lars Stewart. And then it's a Heaven and Earth Designs. So I've been really enjoying the Winter Bonfire Night, and I can't wait to stitch more on it. I know I've been focusing on the Stack of Critters. And, oh, that was my other thing about Stack of Critters, about this project, just going back to it, is I have a goal to get this finished as soon as possible. So, my goal is to do at least 1,000 stitches on this every single week until it's done. Now, if I do 250 stitches a day, then I can do that in 4 days during the week, and the other 3 days I can work on other things. But I believe doing a rough and dirty estimation, I should say, by like just counting up all of the squares of 100 and doing some quick and dirty math, I should be done by the first week of September if I do this, I think. Or in the first couple weeks of September. Definitely before my vacation at the end of September. So, you know, that's a thing. That is my goal every week. And then that should give my sister-in-law enough time to go ahead and fully finish it, or have her mom fully finish it. Because I know she does visit her mom quite often, even though she's in a different state. So that is my goal. And that's what I'm going to work on. And I'm even sending off pictures to my sister-in-law just to keep myself accountable. Not that she's asking for them. This is just for me. So you all have to keep me accountable too. For sure. Maybe I should be sending those pictures and posting them under YouTube posts. That's actually a really good idea. Let me know. Let me know if you want to see my progress. I really need the motivation, y'all. I really do. But here, the next one, I have been working on Summer Seeds by JedXStitch. And I love this. So of course, you all know, or maybe you don't if you're new, but I did finish Spring Seeds. And I'm working on summer. It's my seasonal piece that I am stitching along with Tanya, who is part of Dances with Floss. And I'll go ahead and link them, their channel below in the description. And I've been having loads of fun. I'm stitching this on 20 count scroll, which is dyed by Bestitch Me. And here's where I was before. And here is where I am now. I love this so much. It's just so much fun. I love the gaming references to Zelda, and I've done quite a bit since you've last seen it. And my favorite part, though, is Navi. hey, listen. I do okay. But yeah, Navi is up here. And it's really funny because when I got these patterns, I didn't notice her at all up there. And so it was really cool for me to like do the pattern. And then as soon as I selected this blue color, and then she popped up on my pattern keeper, I'm like, that is so cool. That is awesome. I also love the fact that this Karok here is looking out away from the viewer. Like it's away from us. They're looking out over to another island. And then there'll be an island right here. So I've already spoken with Tanya today, and she says my next color I should work on is the green, and I should do the green hills here in the front. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. There's going to be a lot of green, so that makes sense to me, and that's super cool. So I'm really excited. So I'll be working on that. Probably not so much the rest of this month, because I am about a third of the way completed. I think I'm like 34% done. So I will focus more in August on this one. I figure if I can do about a third in each month, I just have to get it finished by, I think, September 21st or September 22nd before the fall season comes. And then, of course, I'll be working on fall seeds at that point, which is so exciting. The colors there are brilliant. So this is my summer seeds right now. Absolutely beautiful. I love the fact that you can see the ocean. Like there's a beach and it's when it's summer, you go to the beach and it's great, at least in this hemisphere. So I love it. I think it's super cute and super fun. And I enjoy it. Also, that was one of my whip goes for this month, which was to work on gaming, which I have completed. I needed to work on a cross stitch pattern that related to gaming in some way for 5 days. And I've worked on that more than 5 days this month. So excellent. It's just perfect. Oh yes. So going back to the hashtag Stitch Asia. So before I realized that my stocking was designed by an Asian designer, I picked out this one. I'll go ahead and show you the what it's supposed to look like. This is called Azaad, the Lost Unicorn. It is by Marroomy Designs. I am stitching this 2/2 full cross. It's on 36 count linen, spooky, by Bestitch Me. And it is just a start, okay? It is literally just a start. I didn't realize how long these lines were going to be. It's very straight line. So I chose to do a middle start because I wanted to focus on the unicorn. And also I had been searching for all of the floss. I wanted to get them all before I got started. I can't find the Etoile C444, which is a bright yellow, anywhere. So I'm just going to have to order it, I think. I thought my Michaels was going to get it in stock. That was my understanding, but it never came on the truck. So like, okay. So I think I'm just going to have to go to like 1-2-3 Stitch or whatever and just order a couple of skeins because I don't have it. And I really want it because that yellow is super sparkly and it's going to be the unicorn horn. And also there's like a sun thing that'll be up here. This doesn't look like anything right now, but it's going to go into the wings. And this is going to be like straight across like 80 stitches. It's going to be insane. So I want to make sure that I count this correctly. So I'm going to need a lot of concentration to work on this. I will absolutely not be doing this when I'm talking to someone else or when I'm watching television, and probably not even when I'm listening to music. Maybe. Sometimes music helps me focus, so we'll see. But I love this background color. It's the closest I could get that was already in my stash to what was originally in the background. And I think it's beautiful. So it's going to work out really, really well. I just got to keep everything straight. And that is going to be the trick, is keeping everything straight. And I have it in a big hoop right now. We'll see what happens later. I want to get out the unicorn and get it all outlined. And that way I can see how big it is and whether or not my one size smaller hoop can fit it. If it can't, I'm just going to keep it in the big hoop and stitch on it when it's in my Lowry stand, because those big hoops are really tough for me to actually hold on to because they weigh more. So yeah, I am really excited about it and about working on it. As soon as I'm done with that stocking, then I'll be focusing on Azaad the Lost Unicorn for my Stitch Asia event. So, or the event that I'm partaking in, I should say. Oh my gosh. So the other thing that was happening in July was the Ragbri number of stitches that I was doing. So Ragbri is the registered annual Great Bike Ride across Iowa. So it's a fantastic acronym. It happens the last full week of July in the state of Iowa. And there are bicycle riders that flock from all 50 states and other countries to partake in this. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to dip the back wheel in the Missouri River and then the front wheel in the Mississippi River. This year, Ragbri was the shortest bike ride ever, but the 10th hilliest. And from what it sounds like, the very first day was the hilliest day of them all, which makes sense to me because Iowa has the less hills on the western side of the state. So there's actually quite a lot of hills in western Iowa. And a lot of rivers. So, of course, whenever you get down to the river, you are literally going downhill. I believe there was over, if I remember right, 14,000 miles of elevation difference. Or not miles. I don't know. 14,000 feet. That's it. Not miles. Miles is too many. 14,000 feet elevation difference while you're just traveling up and down, up and down, up and down. But what I did to celebrate is because Ragbri for this year had 391.4 miles. So I wanted to stitch 392 stitches. And on Verdant Reverie by Sprouting Lupine, I'm working on the banner. So here's what it'll look like when it's done. And this is my moon stitch along that I'm doing for, actually tomorrow we're celebrating the full moon. So on the Bad Stitch server, they do a lot of events, and the Moon Stitch Along is one of them. So Verdant Reverie is one that I'm also doing for the Moon Stitch Along. But I figured, hey, why not get some extra stitches in just as a celebration for Ragbri and Iowa? And because Verdant Reverie, I mean, there's a moon in Iowa and fireflies, and this pattern has both. So after some minor convincing, I did go ahead and pull the pattern out of my hoop so you could see it. Because it's gotten long and I've actually reached the pinnacle of the pattern. Look! So you know how long it's going to be. Oh my gosh, see, I love it. So it's going to come down here. I do have a bit more extra fabric down here, which is totally fine. I just don't want to cut it and then regret it later. But oh my gosh, I love it. So I've got two fully completed moths right here. I worked on some more of the leaves. And then I brought this border all the way down, and I think I'm just going to continue this way. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do next tomorrow when I work on it for the Moon Stitch Along. I love this so much. It is so beautiful, and I can't wait to fully finish it. And I really wish that I had a sewing machine that worked right now, so that way I can get some fabric and sew it behind it and make it a super pretty pattern. Because I would love it, but I'll figure it out. Also, I think my mom might have a sewing machine, so I may have to ask her. But yeah, I think it's utterly beautiful. These are the fireflies right here. And so I did a little bit more than 394 stitches or 92 stitches. At about 408 or 410 around there, I realized that I was still stitching out. I'm like, oh, okay, I better stop, because I was working on this at Midsummer Stitch, and we just kind of took over the brag room. One of the stitching rooms is called brag table. So we just kind of took it over, and then some other people showed up, which was cool. We just had some really nice conversations, and it was pretty amazing. And I didn't feel like I had to talk all the time, but I was on camera, and that was cool, and I did talk some. And sometimes it was silent, and it was very pleasant, and I had a great time. So kudos to all my brag table buddies. But this is where I'm going to start off tomorrow. So I'll have to take a picture of this, and I will work on this tomorrow for the month of July, a full moon stitch long, which will be fantastic. And I can't wait to finish this, honestly. I really want to finish it. get it done. In fact, I will be going to, I'll just throw this out here now. I will be going to Stitch Pluto in October. I am very excited for it. This is my first retreat, like in-person retreat. Like I've been to a few online retreats that were hosted by Lindy Stitches, but I've never been to one in person. So I'm really, really excited. It's going to be between 8 and 9 hour drive for me, but you know what? It's fine. It is much closer than Yellowstone is from where I live. So it'll work. And I cannot wait. In fact, there's some other individuals from that I know, some other stitchers that are also going to be there, and they've just started the this pattern by sprouting Lupine, Verdant, Reverie. And so I can't wait. We're all going to bring them, and then we're all going to take a picture with all of them together. So it's going to be fantastic. And we're all using a very different fabrics and probably some different sizes too. So it's going to be really cool to compare. By the way, I'm stitching that on 20 count acorns by Bestitch Me, doing 1/1 full cross. So I had mentioned the Eastern Iowa cross stitchers, and we had our meeting today. So I always meet my mother-in-law and work on the kit that she got me for Christmas last year. And this is what I'm working on. He's a fun guy. It's by Bothy Threads. And it's artwork is by Hannah Dale, and it's on this speckled 14 count white Ada, which is printed. I love it. Last time you saw this little guy, I had him the mouse completed and backstitched and everything. And he's so cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. And this time I managed to get some work done on the mushroom. So the mushroom looks a lot more complete. I filled in the orange here. I've added some more of this rust color here and here. It was over 100 stitches, so pretty good. I love this. Honestly, I think if I work hard, I could have this absolutely be a finish this year. And it was so nice to work on some color after working on all that white and gray from the stack of critters. So I love this. And honestly, there's other Bothy Threads kits that involve a mushroom and a mouse or multiple mice. And I may have to get another one as like a companion piece so that I could put them both on the wall and have them like be artistically next to each other. I don't know. I think that would be cute. And then of course I would use this needle minder. It'd be adorable. I mean, yes, I love this. It is so much fun. And you know, when the stocking craziness is over, I will definitely devote some more time to this one, especially since fall is coming up. And this is like the perfect autumnal piece. Also, let's appreciate the whiskers. Still, like there's even little teeny tiny whiskers right there that I did. I absolutely love, I love the whiskers. They're so cute. Oh my gosh. I have one more whip for you and then a few other things to talk about after, but this is called Heart Sampler. It's by Bad Vibes Only. I am stitching this on 16 count Nekomata 2/1 full cross using a silk conversion from Bestitch Me. So here's what I worked on before. So I haven't done a lot of it. I started this in February 2025 as part of the Babs birthday sal. And, you know, life happens. And I didn't really work on it until this year, again, for my birthday and also for the Winter Olympics. So that was a thing. But again, still didn't get very much done on it. So I decided I needed to do some love on this. It's also part of my whip go, which is to work on a sampler. 5 days. I'm not finished with that yet, but I will by the end of July. This is where I'm at now. And I'm so glad I decided to work on the rib cage because, oh my gosh, that is breathing new life into this project for me. Like I've been on the fence about like, do I really like the pink background with the blue floss on top? Like, is that what I really want to do? You know, I mean, the pink on pink is actually super cute. But this rib cage just really solidified it for me. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's beautiful. And also the silks are just, oh my gosh, they feel so nice and they are gorgeous. And right here in this little space is going to be a heart. It's so cute. So yeah, this is also over 100 stitches, almost 200, not quite. And I will be working on this more for the rest of the month. It is July 25th. And there are more than 3 days left in the month. So I will absolutely make that whip go. And so far to date, I am caught up on whip go with the exception, one exception, of fully finishing 5 objects. I've only fully finished 1 object this year. So I need to fully finish 4 more. Like, okay, I can do this. I have more than 4 finishes that I can go ahead and fully finish to date. In fact, my Sweets by House of Cam was the only one I had fully finished, which is over there at the moment on my mantle, and I'm not going to go get it. But, you can see it in past Flosstubes. It's super cute. But yeah. I love it. I think it's beautiful. Now, as much as I like the pink coming through this, if I remember the pattern correctly, there is going to be blue floss in between. It's going to like encase it in like a square, almost like an X-ray, if that makes sense. But oh my gosh, I love this. This really scratches the macabre itch. It's so good. Yeah. So, heart sampler. I'm going to be working on this some more. I love it. I think it's so pretty, and I can't wait. I can't. And actually, speaking of Whip Go, Jessie Marie Does Stuff has put out her new Whip Go video, I believe just today. So I managed to catch it, and I am getting the numbers here. So we have the numbers. 19 was rolled first, and then 23. And so number 19 for me is I do themes on my Whip Go. You can see that right here. I have themes, and then I have put little boxes in here. Like you can see my sampler right now is I've only done 2 for the heart sampler and stuff. So, and then I can work on whatever fits the theme. So 19 is fantasy. I have a number of projects that could be fantasy. For instance, my summer seeds could count for that. Also, my Ragnarok, my Leshy one. I have so many. Like even I've got one with gnomes that I might actually do and finish that. That was, I adopted it. And there's only like just a bunch of French knots that need to be done in order to finish it. I may do that just to, get another finish under my belt and, get it off my whip list. So options, I have options, which is fantastic. And now 23 is full coverage. Of course, I'm going to work on my winter bonfire night. That is easy. I mean, that is my priority project of the year. So absolutely 100%, I will be working on winter bonfire night. I'm so excited for that. And to get more progress on that, get above 1.5%, it's going to be great. For sure. Oh, and then also, I have haul. I actually have some haul, and some of it came in today. So during Midsummer Stitch, a JedXStitch was talking about some of her future patterns, and we got a sneak preview of one that has cherry trees, and not the all red like Bing cherries. These are the ones that are like yellow and then they fade into the red, and then there's some animals and stuff on it. Well, she put that on a fabric called Grandpa's Shop Rag by Lap and Loops, and mine came. Mine came today. It's utterly gorgeous, and I love it. Like when I first saw this fabric, it was probably, 6 months to a year ago. I loved it. I just didn't know what to put on it. There are some delightful like variations on here, just some modeling of, there's some like yellows and browns and, stuff that kind of sort of looks like oil. This actually looks a lot cleaner than some of them I've seen, but like it's great. I think it's great, and it's the pattern that JedXStitch created for this is magical. It's utterly delightful, and the juxtaposition between this like dirty rag color and a beautiful cherry tree with whimsical animals is delightful to me. I love it. So GG on that, Jessica Doize. GG. I love it. It is absolutely beautiful. Also for haul, you can kind of hear it. I got my Queen of Freedom bead embellishment pack came in the mail. Now there's a story behind this because it rained on the day that it came in. And sometimes when the wind is super strong, like we had 60 to 70 mile an hour wind gusts on that day, which is pretty hefty, straight line winds, and the storm blowing through fast. Sometimes my mailbox will just decide to open for no reason and all my mail will fly out. So after the storm, we went to leave to go to the grocery store or something, and we saw all our mail just strewn across our yard and into the lane between my houses, which I call the wind tunnel, because the wind just goes really fast through there. And so my husband went out and picked up all the mail, and this was one of them. And I have to say kudos, because even though this part is all crinkly and everything, the beads are fine. And that is fantastic. So I haven't started Queen of Freedom yet. I do have that pattern. I got it for the 250th anniversary. I actually got this last year is when I ordered it. So along with the patterns and stuff, thankfully got the patterns right away. And thankfully the patterns did not come when it was raining. Oh my gosh, I would have been so upset. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to work on this. But for now, this is going to be put away because I'm currently working on Lady of the Flag. And then when I was going back to the Eastern Hour cross stitchers, they sometimes will have freebies. Like people will bring patterns and stuff that they're going to get rid of. And then we get a chance to go through them and take what we want. So I did get a couple of things. And look what I found. It is so cute. It's a little toadstool house with a little mouse. It's adorable. So it's called Autumnal Toadstool Decoration. It's a kit, and it actually has everything in there. Designed by Durene Jones. I think it's super cute. The funny thing is that Tanya brought this, and she mentioned, oh yeah, the table right behind us has some freebies on it. I turned around, saw this, and I just went, I'll just take this now. And she goes, I should have just given it to you. And she brought it, and I thought that was great. That's fantastic. And then there was a box full of patterns. So I found this, which is Needlepoint, and something that I am going to be trying because one of the stockings I need to do is a needlepoint. But I love this. Look at this leaf pattern. It is utterly gorgeous. And there are some other ones in here too. There is like this one, which I think is, again, utterly gorgeous. And of course this one, and even this is really pretty. I just don't know what this means. But I love it. And I think needlepoint's going to be super, super fun. And then I found some Christmas ornaments by Theresa Wentzler. And I am super excited about this. We got a variety of fruits and then also some very lovely fancy designs with specialty stitches. And I just thought that this would be really good to practice with specialty stitches because I know I do have like one chatelaine that has specialty stitches and I have some other ones that have specialty stitches. And I figured, well, if I can work on some ornaments, I can practice them. And it's like a low risk project to practice them on. And I still get something beautiful out of it. So I'm excited. So of course we have peaches, plums, apples, grapes, pears, and cherries for the fruit. And then we have these beautiful ornate designs as well. And I love them. I think this one might be my favorite. I don't know. They're beautiful. I love Theresa Wentzler. So I've been when I see her patterns, I've been very choosy about them because I would love to stitch them all. I know a lot of them are huge. By the way, I am getting a Theresa Wentzler pattern in the mail. I will tell you all more about it next Flosstube after I receive it because I'm really excited about it and I'm going to really want to talk about it. And already this Flosstube is gotten to be pretty long for me. Y'all, if you have made it this far in the video, please go ahead and put in a moth or a butterfly emoji so that way I know that you've made it this far. I love it when y'all do that. It is absolutely fantastic. And those two things I feel represent midsummer, which we're in right now, which is utterly fantastic. You all have been absolutely amazing. Remember, my cottage is always open, and I will see you all in the next Flosstube video. Happy stitching, everyone. Bye-bye.